Hi everybody, this is Stu Fuchs from Ukulele ZEN. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. Today's another technical tip on Tuesday. This is one that's great for playing on country and folk type of songs. It's a bit like the boom ditty strum, but what we'll be doing is using thumb and finger to create a bit of a bass line in our strum. Later this week I'll be teaching you a classic gospel country song, I'll Fly Away, and we'll be using this technique. So I thought this video would be nice to prepare it. Now, the three chords we're going to need for the song are G, C, and D. And when I teach that lesson on Friday, the song sheet will have these very patterns I'm playing tabbed out for you in their basic form. Let me take you through a few exercises here. Let's take our G chord, pluck with the thumb the fourth string, and then strum down with the index. That is the root of this whole technique. So I go thumb, strum, thumb, strum, thumb, strum. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move the thumb from the fourth string to the third string and see if you can tap your foot every time you play with your thumb. So they are tapping on beats 1 and 3, thumb is picking on beats 1 and 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hear that bass line. Now, of course, you can add a down-up strum like this. When we move to the C chord, the pattern we'll be starting on the third string. Thumb, strum, thumb, strum, thumb, strum. And then when we alternate, we will be plucking the third string and then the fourth string. Once again, try to tap your foot if you can when the thumb plays on beats 1 and 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when we get to the D chord, we're going to begin with the third string again, and then the fourth string will be our alternation. Little detail about the way I'm playing D major here. I like to hold it like this sometimes. I put my middle finger there, and then I flatten my first finger on those two strings. It looks like I'm pushing with force because my knuckle is bending, but actually it's pretty light. You can, of course, play D major any way that you like to finger it. I'm a fan of this one. So here we go. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's try putting them together, and then I'm going to show you one other variation where you can add a hammer on and some melodic notes. So check it out. Let's go through the chord progression beginning on G, the alternation, fourth string, third string. Here we go. Go to C now. Let's move to D, begin on the third string like that. And back to G. And stop. And makes a nice bass line effect for your ukulele playing. Another nice thing you can do with this is you can add other melodic notes to the texture by hammering on. Take a look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to pluck, I'm going to be playing a G chord. I'm going to pluck the fourth string, pluck, strum, and then when I pluck the third string, I'm going to begin with the first finger off the chord. I'll pluck the open string and then hammer. All right, now the hammering is a process where you're touching the fret with a bit of force, not too much, but you want to make the left hand pick the third note. So here we go. 1. Now when you first get into hammers and pull-offs, slurs, they really are a nice sound. They add a lot of nice nuance to your playing. But make sure that when you do it, you're not squeezing too hard. As always, check in with the thumb and the wrist and make sure there's not too much tension being collected. You may like to do this at first. Just isolate that motion. Make sure you can feel the fingers settle on the fretboard so there's not a lot of stress involved. When you play this at a higher tempo, it's a nice effect. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. see how I didn't hammer every time, I was alternating. One last little goodie for this technique. Let's take a look at the C chord. And you know, you've heard me talk about the boogie woogie notes, where you add the A and then the B flat to your C chord to create a rock and roll texture. Right, that's all good fun. Now take a look at what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be picking those melodic notes with my thumb and then strumming afterwards. Occasionally I will put that up strum in it. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I added another note to my G chord, right? So this opens up a lot of cool melodic possibilities for your solo playing. Now, later this week, I'll be showing you how to play I'll Fly Away. We'll have a sing-along, play-along. Please know that in that video, you can just strum the good old boom ditty strum. And for an explanation of that, I'll put a link in the video description below where you can see my lesson on boom ditty strumming. I show it to you over a Johnny Cash song. This is just a little different because you're plucking the bass notes and you're creating a texture where it almost sounds like a piano player's left hand and then the right hand is playing the upper part of the chord. It's a cool effect, and I hope you'll dig it, get into this so we can jam it out later this week. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you liked this video. If you did, hope you'll give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends. If you'd like to support this channel and get a whole lot of other goodies in the process, you can join our community at Patreon. There's a link below, and I hope you'll join us. Really appreciate your support. Happy to have you here either way. Thanks so much. Look forward to seeing you later this week.